My name is Jacob Howell. I have worked with Jack Nixon for the last 10 years here as a realtor at Century 21. I was introduced to Jack in kind of an odd way. I was looking for a score counselor in starting up a business, and the lady at the score office said, I really think you should meet with Jack Nixon. He has some wonderful insights when it comes to business and real estate and kind of finance in general. And I walked in to talk to Jack about real estate and potentially starting up a real estate brokerage down the road, or just learning some more. And before long, he had me working on my real estate application and test with the state, and I ended up landing my license here. I've been here ever since.
Awesome. What things have you learned from Jack?
Jack Nixon is an interesting character. I wish I had more than 5 minutes. It's hard to sum up his life or what I've learned from him that quickly, but I have learned that it's extremely important to treat people as you would like to be treated, and that integrity is really all that we have. That's one of his probably founding principles if you were to ask me today. I've seen numerous times when people have come in and talked to him when he sat in this conference room around this table with several gentlemen, in many instances, some of which I've been a part of. And when he tells people he's going to do something, he truly believes that you need to follow through and do that item. And there's been times when clients have come back and said, we thought that this was going to happen, or that you were going to take care of this item, and regardless of what was originally or initially agreed to, Jack has said, you know, if I said that, if I agreed to that, I'm going to follow through on my end and take care of it. And he always does. So just thinking about Jack, that's probably one of the overarching principles or the things I think of most when I think of Jack, just integrity.
If you were to describe him in 3 words, what would you say?
Visionary from the past, which is more than one word, excited about life, and definitely motivational. The times that he's come into sales meeting and sat down and told us stories from 40 years ago about how he was able to overcome a challenge, or a particular client or agent of his was able to overcome a hurdle, accomplish some sales goal, etc., is just phenomenal. And when you've lived in the valley as long as Jack has, he knows almost everybody in Cache County and most everybody in Box Elder County. So you can't talk to him for more than 5 minutes before he's asking you, do you know so-and-so, or are you related to so-and-so? And so it's just kind of fun working with him that way. It's very inspiring. A lot of people find it very motivational. He gets good positive reactions from people. When I say visionary from the past, when he was younger, he'll tell us these stories, and he definitely was forward-thinking and had big goals and aspirations. And I think he accomplished a lot of what he did with the assistance of his father, who it seems like was really one of his #1 business partners before he passed on. Nowadays, he's got some additional goals. He's got some renewed enthusiasm, I think mostly because of some of the staff members that he's brought on. But you can tell as well that when you're his age, you want to kind of start slowing down and reflecting on life more and thinking about what you've done to give back to the community, or how you've improved the community in which you live. So way more than 3 words, but yeah.
Do you have any personal experiences that you'd want to share?
Yes, and I've had some funny experiences with him. Just thinking about it now, or not having a lot of time to reflect on which story I'd use, I don't know how I could condense that. A story that's always impacted me is we had a client come in one day, and they desperately needed to close on a house. There's a lot of backstory to it, but they said, unless we can close on this house, we're going to be homeless, and we could potentially, because of it, lose the job that we're seeking. And it was interesting because in a short span of probably an hour and a half, Jack decided that he trusted this individual enough that he would lend him a rather large sum of money. And it was just temporary. It was kind of a bridge loan between things to help this individual. But I just remember the generosity and the trust that Jack has. Most people would probably not just want to float the sum of money that Jack did to help this individual accomplish what he did that day. It was it was good to see that there's still people like that in the world. It probably happens more often than we know, but yes, it was fascinating to be a part of that. Jack really is a rare gem. You end up with either selfless people who don't have the means to really accomplish their goals or the ability to succeed as well as some. And then you have other people who are shark-like businessmen who accomplish quite a lot financially, but they're not really known for being philanthropic or giving back to the community. Jack's one of those rare individuals who has accomplished both. It seems like almost whatever he touches, he has the Midas touch and it turns to gold and he's very successful. But on the flip side, he does care deeply about individuals, from staff members to his community, to community obligations he has. And he's definitely a #1 fan of the USU Aggies. Well, up until this year when COVID hit, Jack always has season passes to the basketball games. He has season passes to all the football games. They're very nice seats. He used to go with Charlotte all the time. Once she passed, he would invite us as staff members or as his realtors to go with him, or friends of friends. And yeah, it's a fun experience sitting there on the sidelines, watching him get excited about things, and occasionally having choice words for the referee. It's kind of funny. It's just a different side of Jack, but he loves the Aggies. He loves being involved, and he's been a ticket holder with them for decades now, for quite some time. So I think he's looking forward to next season or school year with the hopes that football and basketball will be much more involved again.